jump into Starbirth, which is the next set that will bleed into Start Deck 100, as well as Brilliant Stars. And hopefully there's a lot of fun new cards in the metagame. Let's... Wait, do they have the arts at the bottom combined with this? Okay, they do. Okay, so I don't have to do it on... I don't have to do it here. Okay, so this Execute has nothing going for it. It's a beautiful art. I like this. It's very cool. A lot of homies. One's cracked. This one's sad. But nothing here. Is this Executor at all playable? Nope. Mega Drain, Grass Colors, 70. Not a great one prize attack. And then 130 with Seed Bomb. Nothing there to write home about. Shroomish doesn't seem like anything. So this card, I saw the 130, and I got really excited to see the Breloom having a 130 attack. I was like, maybe that's a good one prizer. But it says you can't use that unless you use... It says this Pokemon used Illusion Spore. Okay, I haven't seen Choice Belt yet, so I'm excited to see what it is. We'll see what's going on. So this card just immediately dies because Illusion Spore has to be on this Pokemon, and with 110 HP, plus cards resetting to bench, it's not good. Healing Shade on Tropius. Each of your Pokemon that already has any grass energy attached to it is not affected by Confusion. That's a very niche... like, status condition. I don't think Confusion is very big right now. I don't think Confusion will be very big in the future. If this was like all status conditions, for example, for grass energies, I think Tropius would be very, very playable. I think it would be very, very good. I don't know what grass decks exist at the moment. Maybe Leafeon. But, no, that's not great. And here are our grass starters. Turtwig. Oh, I remember. I've seen Grottle. I remember this. So Turtwig is a beautiful art. I like it a lot. Nothing to write home about, though. But we've got the Grottle, which has Sun-Drenched Shell, which search your deck for a grass Pokemon and put it into your hand, which is really cool because you basically can now build a grass deck around Grottle. Or like just play Grottle lines, I guess, and search for the pieces you need. And then it looks like Torterra is Grass Colors 50x the number of evolution Pokemon. Okay, so there's like some potential actually here. There is some like potential here. I'm excited to see Whimsicott. I know I've seen a little bit of stuff on Twitter on it. I'm excited for that one as well. So there's some potential here. Obviously the damage outputs of everything is really high, but you can max at 300, 310 with Vitality Band. So not like really crazy. Oh, I said that too. Why did Climax not get through? Ooh, hell yeah, Amy. Are you going to do it on stream? The Torterra and Grottle will both be really good in Gym Leader. Also cubes. You can try to put this into a cube. Like, I think a cube. This would be really good for cubes. In general. Because I think the power creep is okay. Maybe not the Torterra. So Burmy. I've covered this Wormadam already. It's basically just Be Revenge on the first attack. Now the problem obviously is that we don't have Battle Compressor and the damage output of everything is really high. We don't have cards like Acrobike and stuff to thin. Yes, we have Ultra Ball, so we do have Be Revenge. But I think it's not great. I'll come watch your stream. I'm excited. I love VSTAR VMAX Climax. I opened all of my boxes. Was really excited. It was a lot of fun. I love that set. It does have 2 retreat. Really good observation, Leighton. Hey, how are you, buddy? No free retreat does make it a little bit harder to play. I do agree with that. So you can't really pivot freely through the typings. You have to kind of find your right typing when you need to and evolve it. And fighting and grass are both relevant typings to have right now. But metal, I think, is not relevant. I don't think there's any metal weak decks that make a difference in the format right now. I think. I could be wrong. Mothim. DC. So this is not bad, right? It's a DCE 120. So it's not bad. Like DCE Twin Energy, whatever, 120. It's not bad on the Evo, but it's on an Evo on that turn. So then we've got the Shaymin. I like these. I've seen these cards. So I think the Shaymin V is going to unfortunately see way more play than the V-star, just because I think Revenge Burst is a really cool attack. 60 plus 40 for each prize card your opponent's already taken for a grass and colorless. So I think this card is definitely going to make some sort of an impact, some sort of a, like, you can slot this into Leafeon, you can slot this into a deck that plays Raihan plus like Aurora energies. You can slot this into a deck that plays like a Moltres engine to switch. Yeah, hey, what's up, Kramer? Yeah, these are all brand new cards. We're gonna look at the set together and see what's going on. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of really cool cards. I'm excited. So I think this guy's gonna see a lot more play. So what do you cap out at? You cap out at 260, which is not bad, because what you can do late game is like set up a Shaymin out of nowhere and just take 2 prizes, or like clean up a big KO you were looking for. Now Shaymin V-star is Revenge Burst 120, so you're just basically adding a little more damage to the thing, which I think is good, but I don't think. Also, this card is beautiful. I just want to say, I really want to get this just for like a collection's sake, because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Like, if this is what the picture looks like, I can't imagine what it's actually going to look like when you like open it out of the pack and like look at it. So the attack doesn't do too much more for you, unfortunately. I think that this Revenge Burst is not significantly better than this one to warrant playing this. But keep in mind that these are both 2 prizers, so you don't really like. You don't really. Why did it scroll that way? Yeah. And then you have Star Bloom, which I think this ability is probably a lot weaker than a lot of the V-star abilities I've seen. Healing the 120 damage, but like Professor said in chat, you have the ability to heal, like the Orbitals and stuff. But it's okay. I think it's okay. Like at best, it's not the best we've seen, but it's not the worst for sure. So it's like a very middling of the pack. We've already seen. Oh, these are just English scans. Okay, so Charizard has the Incinerate, which this doesn't really do anything. Neither does Heat Blast, I think. But Explosive Fire is very cool because you have that Stadium. We've already seen the Stadium kind of accelerate to it, making 230 for 3 fires is actually very good. It's like a very equivalent exchange to Zacian. You don't have the same acceleration. Starblaze is pretty strong. I think this is pretty strong. And just by having a one-shot attack, if you can pair Charizard with another like fire something, like I don't think Charizard on its own can stand up to the metagame, but like Charizard plus another fire attacker, maybe this could be like a really cool deck. Yeah, I really like Starblaze. I think it's a very cool attack. It's a lot of damage. Magmar. This is a cool art too. This art style is sick. This is terrible. These are terrible attacks. But we're here for the Magmortar. Oh look, dude, he's got the homie in the back. It's like watching like tag team wrestling or something. Mega Punch for double colorless, 50, nothing crazy. RRC 120 plus 120 if Electivire's on your bench. That's actually kind of cool. That is very similar damage to Charizard. I got to read the stadium when we get back there. This is cool. I like this. Oh, Amy, you're going to do amazing with this. Like, I like the color tones on it, and like this just looks sick. I like this art. This card could be, I think there's potential here. 3 Retreat Cost kind of blows, and 140 HP does make it a lot weaker than I thought it would be. But I think this card is very, very strong. I think it's higher than like a cube deck. It can't be like a cube functionality. This Pokemon has any damage counters. Attack does 70 more damage. This attack's damage is not affected by weakness. Basically, you get like Zapdos back in like the first impression style, like 90 damage or whatever to like poke at things with a fire style deck. But the problem is that you need to use the stadium to get the damage counters on it, because if you don't, it's a lot harder to pull off. So you're reliant on a couple more cards in a combo than you normally would be. So, okay, we got the other starters. Look at this little guy eating berries like there's nobody's business. 30 damage. Not bad. Monferno, 50 and a discard. This is a weird art style. I don't know if I like this, but it's weird. It's like very anime. It's a very anime art style. Infernape, discard the top 5 cards or reveal. Do 80 for each energy, discard those energies, and shuffle the others back in your deck. So you do discard, and the Fire Colorless is a 160 discard energy. This is like a cool budget deck, I guess. 80 times 5 is 400, so you would need 4 to do a one-shot on a VMAX, technically. Assuming that some of the VMAXs are one-shottable. Okay, yeah, I'm excited to see some trainers, Leighton. I know I've seen a couple, and I know I feel like this set's gonna be very like trainer strong. But this is a cool attack. I like this. Water types. Savage was asking for the waters. Here we are. Frost Rampage 110. Your opponent's active is now paralyzed. This could be good. There's not that many switching cards in the format. So if you're playing like a Frostmoth deck revolving around some sort of one prizer, two prizer engine, you could slot this in pretty easily. Problem is, Marnie is the best thing we have to reduce hand size, but most decks are not playing heavy switching cards, so you could just try to paralock something and put yourself in a good spot. So I think this card could see play. I definitely see this card making its way into certain decks. Corfish coming out of the little tunnel. This guy's cute. He's looking at flowers. Crabhammer, 50 question mark damage. I feel like that's just going to be 50. Like, it's just 50. It's not 50 question mark damage. There's no question about it. And then Crawdont is 150. Discard 2 from this Pokemon. If it had... No, this is just bad. These guys are just both bad, unfortunately. Piplup. He's at the Snow Point Temple. He's vibing. He's building a little Snow Piplup. 10 damage, and we got a Bubble. Prinplup is Pack. Not bad either. We have Employ with Emergency Ascent. If this card's in your discard pile, you have 2 cards in your hand, you can place it on your bench and then draw 3 cards. Water Arrow 60. That's pretty cool. Now, the problem is it worth playing this card? Like, what does this 60 damage do for you? Does this matter? Like, does this 60 damage matter? Is my biggest question. The ability is really cool. But getting your hand size down to, like... We get Ultra Ball now, I guess, so maybe it's not going to be that hard anymore. But, I don't know. This card seems very niche. It's cool, but that's probably where I, like, draw the line. We've got this Buizel who's doing a big stretch. Every time a cat does a stretch, or like a dog, you are obligated to say big stretch. That's... And like this Buizel. Every time you see a Buizel do a stretch, you are obligated to say big stretch. Water colorless, agility 20. Nothing crazy. Oh yeah, this Float Soul has like control potential. You can put 2 item cards back from your discard into your hand. You can kind of play like a control-esque archetype. I don't know what control cards we have right now. So it'd be a little bit interesting, but it's very good. Bean, thank you for 2 months. I appreciate you, brother. Luminian V. We've already seen this card. I was really hyped to see this card. You basically can... It's Tapu Lele, but you also have a watercolorless color to shuffle it back into your deck. So it's a Tapu Lele that can shuffle itself back into the deck, which is really cool. And I think Luminian is going to become an auto-include in like pretty much every deck, which is going to also include a lot of tech supporters and a room for the format to kind of grow in a way that we didn't have before. Like, we don't have to play as many, like, I think Inteleon engines will be weaker. Luminians and stuff like that will get stronger. It will make more space for cards like Octillery and other things, giving us different ways to build decks rather than just the Inteleon build. And, like, really, that's pretty much our big, like, way to do stuff right now. I've already seen this guy, so it's a little bit of a spoiler. Manaphy has Wave Veil, which prevents all damage to your bench type Pokemon. So we can avoid Rapid Strike. Urshifu is a little bit nerfed here, and we also have Jolteon getting pretty big and significantly nerfed. And very important to note, Homeboy does not have 60 HP. If he had 60 HP, that would be 2 pings and a Medicham, giving Medicham a reason to see play again. And I think Medicham would be an excellent card to just counter this. But this requires 3 pings. Or 4 now, which is like a little bit more than you bargained for, if that makes any sense. That's 1 extra turn that it buys you. And Urshifu is such a tight deck that you're playing around these small windows. Did I say bench type Pokemon? Lol. And then Rain Splash is 20. So nothing crazy, but this card is definitely going to change the way the game is played. Jolteon's going to have to play a little bit more differently. Jolteon also wins by like 1 turn a lot of the time, so it's going to really change the way that works out as well. Cubchoo. This guy's cute. He's just jumping. He's got the attack Chili. And then this is also a weird style of art. It's like a fractal style. Sheer Cold 40. And they can't attack. And then 130 on the Frost Smash. So nothing crazy there, I think. Neither of those are very good. I haven't gotten that deep yet, T. I'm still running through lightning types right now. Raichu V, flash charge. If you go first, you can use the attack on your first turn to check for lightning attached to this Pokemon. It's not bad. I think Raichu is a really cool card because lightning colorless. It's 60x. Discard as many lightning from your Pokemon in play. There's 60 for each times. You have Flaffy. You have Raihan engines. You have Arceus V-star as well to accelerate onto the board. So you have all these cards that just accelerate energies onto the board. Like Energy Excel could be very, very strong very quickly, and cards like Arceus V-star that'll get you like your 2-card combo with the V-star ability or whatever is very strong as well. And you have Boltons as well, I guess. Like there's a lot of really cool combos you can do now. And Lightning kind of stays true to that identity of like flooding the board with energy and really just overwhelming your opponents now, which I think is very cool. Fluffy is the most obvious synergistic pair, obviously. You could also, because it doesn't say Lightning specifically, you could also just put this bad boy into Rayquaza if you like want to build like Rayquaza, Flaffy, Arceus, Raichu. There's a lot going on there, but I think that could be really good. I think Arceus plus Rayquaza could be really good as a combo. Don't quote me on it. It could just suck. I think it's something I want to try on release. I mean, hopefully live is out with the release of this set so I can actually try what I want to try, because I've got this many codes still to put on that I've been holding since the announcement was made. Most of them are celebrations, to be fair, but still. Electabuzz, nothing crazy. Oh, maybe Electivire's got another like homie attack. The art from the other side, 30 plus 90 if your bag mortar has any damage counters on it. Unfortunately, everything just kind of blows up in this format. Everything is a little bit too weak. So, yeah, it makes it a little bit harder. Yeah. Getting bench barrier back makes a lot of these weird one prize strategies that we discounted a lot earlier in the format kind of have some light, kind of have some hope. It's also level ball searchable, so level ball style like engines are going to be better. And then 50 to each of your opponent's Pokemon, lightning, like, and colorless. Nothing crazy either. Cool setup, cool idea behind the deck. They're trying to put Magmortar and Electabuzz into a deck together, but I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if this is it, Chief. Look at this cute little baby. Hi, baby. 10 damage. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. We'll see in a sec, shall we? Luxio, 30. Flip a coin if your opponent's active is paralyzed. Nothing crazy. This art's kind of cool. I like it. Luxor's are typically very hit or miss. They're kind of good in cubes and like gym leader formats and stuff. 50x. Energy attached to all your opponent's Pokemon. Very cool punish card. Very unfortunately underwhelming to kind of get it up and running. Flash Impact 110 plus 30. Just a significantly weaker sniping card across the board, which is it is what it is. 30x each tool in play. We found ourselves this Pachirisu. Lightning and colorless, which means you do need to get the 2 energy on the board, and we don't have really a best way to accelerate energy besides Flaffy. So you can play like a Flaffy Patchy like tool build. I think so. Tool drop could be played, but I don't know what tools like. There's no way to recycle tools, I think, right now, unless there's an item in here that I'm going to see later. There's no way to really like reuse some of these things. Damage output's really high, so I gotta see what's left in the set before I give it a verdict. But right now it seems a little bit unplayable just because of how high HP is and how unrecoverable tools are. Clefairy is pretty. We've got the Clefable, which is Moon Vestigious. Flip 3 coins for each heads. Search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon. Put it on the Pokemon and evolve it. Shuffle your deck. Very weird. Would be very funny on a basic. I think this is just not great. Single price Flaffy deck using cards like Zekrom and the Zapdos could be very good as well. Yeah, I agree. And it's something I've wanted to make work since I saw Flaffy, but it's going to be very difficult because of... It was always difficult because of bench sniping. What does Salvia Messenger do? I haven't seen that card in a while. What's up, Franco? How are you doing this evening? Baltoy, cool art, nothing crazy. 90 plus 90 for the same bench damage. Oh, this is like the old Magma art. Like the old Magma style art on the... this guy. 180 for 3 Psychic is not good, though. Unfortunately. Perplex, 10 damage. Confused. Fade to Black, 30. Confused. Hey, we found the reason why Tropius could be played if Dusclops ever gets good. Special Trans is kind of cool to move special energies around. So if you're playing like some sort of an Aurora Box deck, like an Aurora Box 2 prizer, play like Moltres, Suicune, Suicune, Raikou, Entei, like all these like 2 prize cards. Attackers, just hit as many types as you can. Maybe this card gets really good. You play Arceus V-star probably in the deck to kind of set up this like toolbox style deck is like the first thing that comes to mind. This could be really bad because obviously slots are something that I don't know how many slots you actually have. But once you kind of put everything together, maybe it makes sense to kind of play something in that kind of way. The attack is nothing. Clear flow, search deck for 2 special energies, put them in your hand. That doesn't do anything because it's not attaching them or getting you any advantage. Most of the time, you don't really want those special energies in your hand anyway, for most of the decks in this current standard format. Okay, Whimsicott V. Fluffy Obstruction. This guy's cute. Psychic type is a basic, can't attack next turn. That's irrelevant, most things evolve. Cotton Guard 90, takes 30 less. So, okay, oh, metal typing does become relevant, I guess. So we have a reason to play Wormadam. We can hit 3 relevant typings if this card gets good. Tricky Wind, 160. Your opponent can't play special tools or energy from their hand. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's it's a Chaos Wheel, effectively. Loke Shots, thank you for the follow. Whimsicott is very cool with that first attack, actually. Psychic Cotton Ball, 60 to... Oh, that's nuts. That's nuts. Wait, what? For each energy, not energy card, it's each energy attached to this Pokemon. So you're telling me I could just play this deck with Shadow Rider, have a Chaos Wheel, infinitely Chaos Wheel. I can literally never let my opponent play special energy from their hand. You're telling me I can never let special energy and tools hit the board and just wipe their whole board when I'm done with them? Yeah, I understand we have Manaphy now, but like, that's kind of correct. Whimsicott seems pretty insane. This significantly gives Mew a run for its money. Yes, Alessa's Sparkle gets it from the deck, but if you like, you could literally even play Whimsicott with like some form of other energy acceleration. Maybe just play Psychics and maybe just play like Psychics, Horror Energy, the double, triple, whatever they're called, like the Turbo Energy. Play yourself some Articunos. I don't know. No, Articuno doesn't do anything. Get that out of here. I don't want that anymore. Play Rhyhorns, maybe. Play Alchemy, even. You can just play Alchemy in this. Like, you just play this plus Alchemy to set up your board. I think the V-star attack is not crazy good, but I am incredibly hype for the 160. Cresselia for sure. I'm going to make this work. Yes. Okay. So everything has gone down in price. I will kind of link this. I have not set up my Streamlab commands because I wasn't planning on streaming as early as I was. But here is an affiliate link if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player. It doesn't do anything for you guys in terms of discounts or anything, but it just helps me out. I get 3% of your purchase. And I promise to use that money for my own cards. Like, it's just really where it goes to. Yo, Java, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, man. Sigilyph, Tri-Charge, 3 coins, nothing crazy. 30 plus, or 10 plus 30. That's significantly bad. But energy usually doesn't stick on one Pokemon, so it's not great because Punish is not good. I'm really liking the V-Star mechanic. I feel like the V-Star mechanic is a really good power creep adjuster to what we've been having for the last couple of years. Yeah. The Nose Pass and the Setting Sun. Hello. Another of our Vespiquen counterparts. We have Riolu. This guy is cool. I like this art because it's the 6th gym. What is the city in the 6th gym? Canalave, I think. Because he's running across the bridge, because that's also where you get to take the boat and meet Riley and get this guy, the egg. So, very lore heavy there. Lore heavy art. Roaring Resolve, put 2 damage counter, search your deck for fighting attached to this Pokemon. 10 plus 60. This is cool. The damage output's not crazy. Lucario's damage output's not nuts, but you're hitting consistently for 130 if you want to, and you self-accelerate. So you're like a weird one prize deck that can play like Ordinary Rod and stuff like that. And kind of play like this weird one prize fighting deck. You have Mana Feed now to avoid bench damage. Yeah, I like this. This is cool. I don't think this will be a tier 1 deck by any means, but this could be like a tier 2, not tier 2, but like 3 one prize deck. We got the Throw and Sock duo. These guys keep showing up, but they never do anything. Yeah, these guys just kind of suck. Unfortunate. The duo of dunces, as we would call them. Oh. Okay, beautiful. The Golett army is marching in. The Golurk. It's weird because all the Golurks I remember have been Psychic type, I think. So this is weird to see 30 plus 10 for each card in your hand. Big hands. Nothing crazy. Nothing nuts there. Yeah. We're on to dark types. Grimer. Your opponent's active is not poisoned. Muck. Ability Sludge Road. If your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, their cheat cost is colorless more. We don't really have any great way to poison things right now in the format. I guess Weeping Bell is what? Weeping Bell is Burn Confused. Burn Poison. Burn Poison, I think. So I guess that does something. So you can play like Muck in your Salazzle Weeping Bell deck now. But that doesn't really add to any consistency or anything like that there. Sneasel. Weavile, scratch and shuffle, flip 2 coins. If you got at least one heads, your opponent reveals your hand. For each heads, put a card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. That's funny, not good, but it's funny. Also, this art is sick. I think that's above the Galactic HQ. Savage, make sure it's not the jumbo card, because 261 doesn't make sense. Oh, that could work. Garbodor, Galarian, Mine. Yeah, that's a lot of cards in one. To put in like a Garbodor, Galarian, all that stuff. Because you're, at that point, kind of overloading the deck, so maybe it loses consistency, but you can kind of get away from the Inteleon engine at that point. Okay, Honchkrow is another V Pokemon. Honcho's stats. This Pokemon can have up to 4 tools attached to it. If this ability stops... Why would you need 4 tools? Shadow Fear 130. Just reveals their hand. Nothing crazy. Okay, I mean, you guys have been talking about tools the whole time. Is Pachirisu on the board? Oh, wait. I'm stupid. I thought Pachirisu said you had to discard the tools. So this whole time I'm thinking you have to discard the tools. No, okay, never mind. Pachirisu's good. This is good. You basically just play tool drop. You just play a bunch of tools. You just get the ball rolling. You get the Honchkrow. You can put a bunch of stuff on this guy. And look at this devious little bugger. He comes in. Yeah, 1 or 2 Flappies is fine. You can also play Rhyhorns. Like a 2/2 Fly Line is probably fine. Tickling Terror until the next turn. The defending Pokemon's weakness is D. The weakness doesn't change. I mean, come on, man. Everything is 2x. 2 damage counters, and this card is just very mediocre for a Spiritomb. Wormadam. This Wormadam now actually gets value if Whimsicott gets good. I'm just saying. Boys. And there's a Garbodor that gets tools back. Okay, that's kind of hype. We might be doing a Pachirisu stream, boys. I might have to rewatch this video. When the set comes, so I can get all my like cheeky ideas. Because we've got a fat like 2 months till the set drops, which is a long time. It's a very long time. Peace out, T. Thanks for coming. Probopass. Just switch. Iron Tackle, 120. If I just get like Whimsy locked out and I can't use my DTEs, I'll just cry. Heatran, 30 less. Any fire energies does 80 more damage. This is very mediocre and you have to play 2 different typings. I don't like that. Not good. Sometimes Heatrans and stuff have been like very like okay across the board, but this one's just bad. Clink, Clank, and you guys know what comes next. Clink, Clank. Your basics take 20-30 less after applying weakness and resistance. I don't know what deck that would be significantly better about. The 20-30 damage. Tumbling attack, 90 plus 90 if you flip heads. No. Dude, why do they always print Flygons? Dude, someone at Pokemon really loves Flygon. Like, People really, really like Flygon for some reason, but most of them just suck. Grass Fighting, 70. Nothing crazy. Grass Fighting, colorless, 160, and 160 more if they're a VMAX. Discard 3 from this Pokemon. So Grass can be fulfilled. If it had one less colorless, and it was still discard all energy, I think it's playable. Fighting doesn't have an accelerator. A natural accelerator. Grass doesn't have a natural... Well, you have Cherrim, I guess. But that doesn't do to V Pokemon or Rule Box Pokemon. So you actually have no legitimate way to like power this up in one turn. Unless I'm completely mistaken. Even if it was Fighting Grass double colorless, I think that'd be okay. Because you can do Raihan, maybe? Arceus is the only way, yeah. It would have to be like a Arceus deck. Gibble and Gabite, nothing crazy, but the art is kind of beautiful. I know this one's got the Sound Slip ability, which lets you prevent all effective attacks under this Pokemon during your next turn. Water Fighting, 160, discard the top 2 of your deck. It's a very cool card, good for cubes, good for Gym Leader format. The ability Sound Slip is very cool. It makes the game a lot harder for your opponents to play around. Leak Lash, 20 plus 10 for each damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon. Now, that's not bad. It's like basically just Basculin Light, but you're attacking for a double colorless energy. So if you can hit for like 160 on something, you're pretty much one-shotting with a double turbo energy. Or a twin energy in a deck that already plays those cards. So something like Farfetch could make its way very easily into something like Vespiquen or Wormadam here. So we're playing Wormadam, and we can just play Farfetched Wormadam, and it's like the whole deck at that point. And you have to kind of go for like 2 shots on everything. Like 3 shot the first thing, go 3 for 3, and the second one has to be a 2 shot, and that's kind of the entire essence of the deck. So I might be making Wormadam work, guys. 30 and move an energy to your bench with this cast form. Nothing crazy. Double draw is okay. Depends on slotting, Jolly, and how much slots I can actually make in the deck if I start building it. Starly for 30. Staravia. It's hanging out by Professor Rowan, which is like the second town. And then Staraptor. Strong Breeze. This has potential. We don't have triple acceleration energy anymore, so we can't do any meme strategies to shuffle the opponent's active back in and ours and do some sort of donk deck like that. But it's funny. Not great. Spinning Bird, 180. Bidoof, with the rival on, this is like Route 1 probably here. Hanging out. Bibarel. Wait, where's the translation? Let me refresh. There it is. Perfect. Bibarel. Abyssal Hand, draw 2 of 5. That's pretty good. Tail Smash, 100 flip coins to tails is nothing. The attack does not do nothing. It does not do great. But Abyssal Hand is very good. I think Abyssal Hand can slide itself into a lot of decks. Yeah, you can't level ball it, but it's still pretty okay. We've already seen Arceus and Arceus V-star. Trinity Charge is not bad still. Especially in light of some of the V Pokemon we've seen today and the V-star Pokemon we've seen. Trinity Charge can really set up a good board state for us very quickly. And then Trinity Nova does a lot of damage, gets the board running. I really think this deck plus Rayquaza could be something really scary to worry about in the future. Yeah, and then Starbirth gets you set up. So I really like Arceus. I think Arceus V-star is an incredibly good card. Chinchino with Call for Family, nothing crazy. And then Minchino. This just gives you a better, I guess, Chinchino to play if you're playing Minchino. Sudden Cyclone. When you play this card from your hand, you may have your opponent switch your active with their bench. So it's basically just like a one-way rope. I think you just play a rope and slot of this. You just don't want to bench, like lock yourself. Bench is hard right now. We get Freshwater Set again. Could be relevant with the amount of snipes and stuff going around. Ultra Ball, incredibly impactful card. Incredibly great to have back. It's just going to really change the dynamic of the game and how it's going to work. I really, really think Ultra Ball is absolutely insane. Absolutely broken. Very, very strong. Choice Belt. Attach Pokemon to one of your Pokemon that doesn't have a tool attach. The attacks this Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active V. Oh. So we just have Choice Band. Oh. I mean, I think one-hit KOs are still really hard to pull off. But this does make... okay, I'll say it this way. I don't think this really affects... I don't think this affects VMAX as much as you think. But... So with Mew, you're hitting for 210 without tabs. You can one-shot still with the tabs and the Vitality Band. Ice Rider hits for 250. You go to 280. That math doesn't check out too much. Single Strike gets a big boost with this. I think, hot take, this will be one of the most... impactful cards in the set for sure. But I think this may benefit like single prize decks more. Is my hot take. I think with what we've seen, including having mana feedback in format, this may actually impact single prize decks way more and give them a fighting chance in VMAXs. So we might enter a format that's very similar to when we had Team Up introduced to the format, where it was tag teams that could blow each other up, and like a 2-prize meta with like Zoroarks and stuff like that, and then these 1-prize decks that were all reliant on doing a ton of damage for like 1 or 2 energies and preying off that. We might enter a format very similar to that. Yeah. I don't know. I've got some copium here. I think this won't change too much. It does make mathing a lot easier if you play it. So, no Roblox, 30 less damage from your opponents. Pokemon V GX of Robloxes, blah blah blah, 30 less. This seems like a slap in the face of a card being printed. Not a huge fan. Whatever. Kindler, discard a fire. Look at the top 7. Put 2 of them in your hand. Shuffle the other cards back in. I think the format will balance itself out in a weird way. I don't think it'll be as polarizing. I don't think it'll be as polarizing as the meta is right now. Cynthia's Ambition, 5. If you got knocked out last turn, 8. I don't know a deck that really wants to fill its hand more than just research all the time. But if there's a deck that happens to, this is fine. I think it's fine. I think the choice band print is completely fine. I think we're just introducing a very different metagame. That's fine, but I mean, I think Honchkrow and stuff is not gonna like be a great attacker. But one of your colors, so I think Sharon's Care is very good with Arceus. Gives you more of a play with like Rayquaza. Arceus becomes a much more valuable card. Research comes back in the form of Rowan. But don't play this guy, man. Come on, like if I catch you guys playing Rowan over like what we have now, like we're gonna have to talk. If you don't play the Oak from Celebrations, we're gonna have to have a talk. Like, come on. This guy just looks intimidating. Don't play him. Roseanne's back up. Choose 1 or more. Wait, choose 1 or more. Does that mean I can like choose 2 effects? Or like 3 effects? Or like, can I just be like 2? I'm gonna assume this means I can choose 1 through 4 of the costs. Okay. Shuffle a Pokemon from your discard pile on your deck. Shuffle a Tool. So that's Tool Recovery. Shuffle a Stadium. Very important, actually. And an Energy. This card is very good. I really like good. This card is good. This card is really, really good. I am a huge fan, actually. Because late game resource management is very tough. And when you're constructing your deck, you got to make cuts somewhere. So by playing this, this kind of fulfills some of that role. There. Also, Boss Cyrus, very hot. This might be my favorite boss so far. In our like boss meta. Very beautiful. I'm expecting this full art to be absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that's all I got for you. I'm expecting this guy to be absolutely beautiful, like the full art. We don't have an art for this. Collapse Stadium. Each player can't have more than 4 benched. If they have more than 4 benched, discard. The player who plays discards first. If more than effect, changes the bench. So it's just Sudowoodo as a stadium. Interesting. You could play Collapse Stadium to thin your own bench. Get your Luminions off the board. That kind of stuff. Play a Crobat. Kind of flip that around. I like this card. I think this is a very versatile card in a lot of decks. Magma Basin. Once during each player's turn, the player may attach a fire energy to 2 damage counters. Yep, we've seen this. And then double turbo, we've seen these. Are these also relevant? The gym promos? Is that from today as well? Should we be going over these as well, chat? We'll do it. We'll do it together. Because that's probably the end of the set here. So we've got Meteor Punch. 30 flip until tails. Bright Flame 200. This art is very wacky. Corphish is nothing. He's so happy. Look at him. He's so happy. Duskull, same art. Or same card, I think. So these are all the same so far we've seen. Riley, newest supporter. Okay. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Ask your opponent to choose 2 of them. Discard the cards they choose and put the other cards into your hand. Okay. Not terrible. Not good. Because you can reveal like 2 bad cards and like 3 good cards. And all of a sudden 2 good cards hitting the discard is a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, but that's the set. Let me wrap up this for YouTube real quick, guys. So everyone watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, you know the dealio. I'm going to peace out and talk to the Twitch chat for a little bit. Come hang out there if you want to see more of me.